Hello everyone, this is the task 8 of the internship program. The task 8 is the timeline analysis of the COVID-19 dataset. This analysis has been done in Power BI dashboard. So here is the Power BI dashboard. Firstly, I'll show you the dataset. So the dataset contains all these values. It has the ages, the cardiovascular death, continents, date, location, hand wash facilities, female smokers, male smokers, locations, life expectancy, then new cases, new deaths, total deaths, vaccinations, population, and all these columns are there. Population and reproduction rate, total vaccinations. So firstly, we'll move to the quickly move to the analysis part. So here are the total counts that count of people who are 65 and more. So here is 65 and more 80k, then 60 70 and more is the 80.5k. Median of the life expectancy is the 74.62 in the year of 2021 to 2020 to 2021. Then the maximum of human development index is this value. As you can change even this value, I have just taken the maximum value just to see how was the development index max value of it. So the total number of cases is the 79 billion cases, as this is the entire data set of the entire globe. So total millions per cases per million, then total deaths is around 2 billion. Total deaths per million is this value. So here are the total cases, the average of GDP, and then the maximum of cardiovascular deaths. So we'll just move on to the analysis part quickly. So here is the first analysis where you can see this is the hand wash facility by date. As you can see, the January 2020 has no such great value of hand wash facility. We'll just zoom it off and have a look how it looks. Okay, and just minimize this. So as you can see, the January month was not having any such facility. As the February rises, there was some awareness and the hand wash facility rose. Then after this, from the month of from the month of March, there was a great drastic increase in the hand wash facility. But this was only in the month of March. As April goes, the hand washing facilities were growing slightly higher, and as it rose till May 20, there was no such very much drastic change. So moving towards this, here is the average GDP per capita by dates. So in the month of January, there was no such, there was just a quite of GDP average rate. Then in the month of March, February and March, there was a good GDP. Then after this, in the month of April, there was a drastic fall, and this fall is still going on till the July, September. That was a complete plain. Then after this, slightly the GDP start to rose in the month of January, February, and March, and again you can see there was a fall in the GDP. Well, having a look, yeah, this is the just a scalar values. If you want to just click on the first quarter, these values get changed. We can just quickly jump to the first quarter. Here is the first quarter. If I'll just quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. After this, we can see if we want to just have a look on quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four of the year 2020. So even we can drag it like this way. If I want just from the years, we can even have a look on the years wise. If I'm just looking on the date wise, we can also have a look on the date. Yeah, if I'm just looking for a week, then you can just drag it and have a look. Okay, I'll just reset this uh, on the basis of quarters. I'll just make them complete. Okay, moving toward this, here's the total cases by date. So here's the count of cases. As you can see, the count of cases are drastically increasing from the May 2020 to the September and November until it goes on. So then after this, here is the total cases by the total deaths. Here is the total number of cases rising, and as you can see, the total number of deaths are slightly rising. And initially, the total number of deaths was not much then, but we can see as time goes, the number of deaths used to increase. Coming to here, here's the count of total tests and the total count of test by dates. So initially, the testing was not very much great, but as time goes on, the testing had been on a larger scale. And this testing went just neutral in the month of March 2021, and after this testing had also increased after that, after the month of March. Then coming to this, here is the reproduction rate by date. So as you can see, the reproduction date is not very much good, we can say. It's just quite okay type of, it's just fluctuating, increasing and decreasing. Then coming to here is the, yeah, okay, now it's visible. Yeah, this is the total number of vaccinations by date. Vaccinations are even just drastically moving up. Not just that's not a great thing, because as per this survey, only 3% of the India's total population has been vaccinated till today's date. So there's not a good data about vaccination. So moving to the average life expectancy, the average life expectancy is having around, we can say, today it's having around 73, but before the COVID it was having a good life expectancy. Now it has reduced to approximately 70 to 72. Now here is the average cardiovascular death rates. In the South America it's slightly less, and then the highest is in the Africa and Asian countries, the average of the cardiovascular deaths. Coming towards the count of diseases and the average of human index. If we have a look on the human development index and the diseases, sorry, and the total number of cases, as the cases were increasing, the human development index goes on decreasing. From this we can come to know that the human development index has gradually decreased from the initial days to the 2021. Here is the total cases and the diabetic prevalence. So there's no such a great relation between diabetes and the total number of COVID cases. Moving to the stringency index is the avoidance of the avoidance halting of the travelings and the schools onlines of all these things. Then here is the index, initially we can see the total, as the total cases increase, the stringency rate also increase, which is the work from home and all those values contains in the stringency index. So as you can see, it was increasing till March, and then drastically goes decreasing after the COVID-19, and then again after the month of June it again rose slightly, and then again it was dropping till the May. So after this we can see over here the total cases and the total location wise of the total cases. So as you can see, the world is just the summation. Europe was having a total number of cases, and after this the total number of deaths was also in the European cases. This was it, a complete average of the data, not just the second phase of the COVID. This was entire data of the COVID. So this is the reproduction rate as per the continents. So Europe is having the highest reproduction rate, and if we see over here the count of total tests by the countries, so African countries was having a great scores in the total number of tests. So here is the cardiovascular deaths and the total number of as per the continent wise. So Africa was the highest continent where the cardiovascular deaths was having, and South America was the lowest continent, lowest counts of the cardiovascular deaths. So here's the continent wise poverty. Africa, as always, but as usual, you can see the poverty line is always higher in the Africa. And if we have a look on the GDP, the GDP was not a great. It after the COVID situation, it was just a flat line, just a flat line in the GDP. If we have a look on the Asia, then Asia was slightly growing after the second phase of the unlock. Then we can see the GDP slightly rose, and still just a flat curve now. So and after this, yeah, here is the entire GDP, Africa and Asian countries, all these things. So you can say that Africa is having the very flat GDP, and Asia is slightly growing in GDP. Here is the total count of the cases by the location, and Asia was the highest number of cases till now. So this was all about the analysis part. So this was the last analysis of the entire internship program. Hope you like this video and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for watching all of my videos.